Hi everyone, my name is Fatin Arisha bin Muhammad Ishaq. My number matric is 2025898838. I'm from class TAC1101B, Group 3. In this video, my group and I will be presenting about annuity and compound interest in a very simple way to understand. But before we start, let's see my group members introduce themselves first.
I am Nurushada binti Awang and my student number is 2025802906.
Hi, my name is Fatina Ashwa binti Waruslam. I'm from group TAC1101B. My matrix number is 202588666412.
Okay, now let's begin with compound interest. Alright, so compound interest is basically interest on top of interest. This means the amount grows faster because every period, the interest is calculated based on the original amount plus the interest that was already earned earlier. So the longer the time, the faster the money. So in this topic, we're going to use formula S equal to P times 1 plus I to the power of N. And for another one is interest N equals to S minus P, where S means final amount or future value, P for principal, N for number of the interest period, and I is the interest rate per interest period. Now let's look at some problem statement to help you understand the issue more clearly.
So I'm going to explain question 1. Aisha, a financial consultant, plans to buy her first property in 8 years and decides to invest 42,000 to grow her savings. She is considering two investment schemes. The first option, Alpha Fund, offers an interest rate of 6.15% compounded monthly, while the second option, Sigma Trust, offers an interest rate of 6.05% compounded monthly. So for question 1, for each scheme, calculate the total amount Aisha will have to in her investment account after 8 years. For Alpha Fund, P equals to 42,000, K equals to 6.15%, M equals to 4, T equals to 8 years. For Sigma Trust, P equals to 42,000, K equals to 6.05%, M equals to 12, T equals to 8 years. So we're gonna calculate Alpha Fund first. I equals to K over M, so we got 0.0615 over 4. N equals to MT, N equals to 4, 8 times. So we're gonna use the formula S equal to P, bracket 1 plus I bracket close to the power of N. S equals to 42,000, bracket 1 plus 0.0615 over 4, bracket close to the power of 32. S equal to 68,437 ringgit 83 cents. So we move to Sigma Trust. I equal to K over M, which is I equal to 0.0605 over 12. N equals to MT. N equals to 12, 8 times. So we use the same formula, which is S equal to P, bracket 1 plus I bracket close to the power of N. So S equal to 42,000, bracket 1 plus 0.0605 over 12, bracket close to the power of 96. So S we got 68,064 ringgit 35 cents. Next, we're gonna explain about question 2. Calculate the interest earned for each scheme. For Alpha Fund, we use the formula I equals to S minus P. So I equals to 68,437 ringgit 83 cents minus 42,000. We got I equals to 22,437 ringgit 83 cents. So we move to Sigma Trust. We use the same formula, which is I equals to S minus P. So I equals to 68,064 ringgit 35 cents minus 42,000. So we got I equals to 26,064 ringgit 35 cents. For question 3, based on the interest values, which scheme should Aisha choose? Justify your answer. For my answer is Alpha Fund because the amount of interest is higher than Sigma Trust.
After 3 years of investment in the scheme chosen in part 3, Aisha decides to add an additional 12,000 into the same investment account. Calculate the total amount she will have at the end of the 8-year period. So let's find the amount for the 3 years first. Okay, so S equal to P 1 plus IN. Okay, our P is 40,000, 1 plus 0.0615 divided 4, and our N is 12 because 4 multiply 3. Okay, 4 because it is quarterly and our T is 3 years. So we get 50,439.05. For the another 5 years, we just put back the amount and it will be 68,437.83. But this time our N has changed because our T is 5 years, so our N is 20. Okay. Then in the question above, they said Aisha decides to add an additional 12,000. Then let's find the maturity value for the 12,000. Then we just put back the information and our S is 60,282.11. But this is not the answer yet. Okay. Then what should we do is for we combine amount before the additional and after. So 68,437.83 plus 16,282.11 we should get 84,719.94 ringgit. Farid borrowed 50,600 from RPH Bank for 3 years. The interest rate offered was 7.25% compounded quarterly, and he settled the loan by making a total payment of 148,667.70. Find the duration of the loan. So let's just put the information given into the formula. So S equal to P1 plus IN. Okay, so S 148,667.70 equals 50,601 plus 0.0725 divided by 4 and 40 for the N. Okay, so the first step is we divide S between P. Okay, then we get 2.938096838. Okay, after that, for the second step, we just solve the amount in the bracket. Okay, so 1 plus 0.00725 divided 4. Okay, we get 1.01812540. Okay, after that, we use logarithm to solve this. So ln 1.01812540 equals ln 2.938096838. Okay, after that, we move the 40 at the in front to find the t. So t will be ln 2.938096838 divide 4 ln 1.018125, and our t will be 15 years.
Now I'm going to talk about annuity. Annuity is a series of equal payment made at equal interval of time. Equal payments are deposited or paid periodically over time. Alright, so basically annuity means you pay or receive the same amount repeatedly. For example, paying your shop rental. The payment equal and made consistently. For annuities, we have two main calculations. First one, we have future value of annuity, which tell us how much our saving will grow. Two, we have present value of annuity, which tell us how much we can borrow today based on fixed installment. For future value formula, we use S equal to R times 1 plus I to the power of n minus 1 per I. Meanwhile, for present value formula, we use A equal to R times 1 minus 1 plus I to the power of negative n per I.
Next, I'm going to show the problem statement 1 of annuity part A. Yasmin deposit 300 ringgit every 4 months into a saving fund for 10 years and 8 months. First and 6.2% interest every 4 months. Find the future value of her saving at the end of the period. First of all, we need to use a future value formula, which is S equals R times open bracket 1 plus I to the power of n and all divided by I and close the bracket. Next, we must substitute the known value. As we know that Yasmin deposit 300 ringgit, so 300 is R. Then the annual interest rate is 6.2%, but it is compounded every 4 months, which is 3 times in a year. So I equal 0.062 divided by 3. Next, we must calculate the number of deposit periods, which is 10 years and 8 months, times by 3 times that she compounded every year. Now, we substitute everything into the formula, and finally, when we compute, we get 10,191 ringgit 61 cent. So, at the end of 10 years and 8 months, Yasmin will get 10,191 ringgit 61 cent for her saving fund. Next, problem statement 1, part B. A retirement fund is worth 288,720 ringgit after depositing 900 every month into an account that earns 6% interest compounded monthly. Determine how long the owner has been depositing into the fund. Okay, and for this question, we must use the same formula as before, which is a future value of annuity. So, S equals R times by open bracket 1 plus I power of n minus 1 and all divided by I and close the bracket. And from the question, we know three things, which is the future value S 288,720. Then the monthly deposits are 900 and the annual interest rate 6% compounded monthly. So I equals by 0.06 divided by 12. Then we know that n equals by 12t. So next step, we substitute all the values into the formula. And to make the calculate easier, we have to simplify it. So we will get 1 plus 0.06 divided by 12 to the power of 12t and all of it minus by 1 equals by 288,720 times by 0.06 equals 12 and all of it divided by 900. After simplify it, we will move to the next step, which is use a natural log to solve for t. So we will get 12t ln 1.005 equals ln 2.604. So for the last one, we just solve it. Then we will get t equals 15.99, which is 16. And the final answer, the owner has been depositing the money for about 16 years.
Now let's move on to problem statement 2. Iman purchased a house price at 520,000 ringgit. She paid 25% as a down payment, and the remaining balance was financed through a housing loan charged at 4.25% interest compounded monthly for 30 years. A. Calculate the monthly payment. So first, we need to find the loan amount. We see that Iman bought a house for 520,000 ringgit and paid 25% as a down payment. So the remaining loan is 75%. Now we calculate the amount of the loan after he paid 35% as a down payment. So amount of the loan equal to 520,000 ringgit times 0.75 equal to 390,000 ringgit. Next we find the interest rate and number of period. For I equal to 0.0435 per 12 and for N is 30 times 12 equal to 360. Then we apply the number on present value formula, which is A equal to R times 1 minus 1 plus I to the power of negative N per I. After calculate from that formula, we get that Aiman needs to pay 1,941 ringgit and 47 cents every month. B. If Aiman missed the first 4 monthly payment, how much should he pay on the fifth payment to keep this payment up to date? To calculate the amount of prepayment, we treat form this one as an annuity and find the accumulated value after 5 months. We will use the future value formula, which is S equal to R times 1 plus I to the power of N minus 1 per I. Our R is 1,941 ringgit 47 cents. I equals to 0.0435 per 12 and our N is 5. From that formula, we can see that the amount that Aiman have to pay to be up to date is 9,777 ringgit 98 cents. C. Find the outstanding balance if Aiman decided to settle the loan in single payment immediately after paying for 20 years. First, we need to find the balance payment. 20 years means 240 months. So that means 360 minus 240 months equal to 120 months left. So next, to find the outstanding balance, we use formula present value, which is A equals to R times 1 minus 1 plus I to the power of negative N per I. So our R is 1,941 ringgit 47 cents. Our N is 120 months and our I is 0.0435 over 12. After calculate, the amount that Aiman has to pay is 188,044 ringgit and 49 cents. That's all from us. Bye.